Well, my lady, thank you very, very much for, excuse me, for the video reply. I really appreciate it, and I'm really loving all of what's going on right now. We seem to be having a culling happen to where people are waking up on a massive scale, and I believe it's really beneficial for humanity. One thing I wanted to ask is, if the fiction system, like this is kind of what I was getting about with the language. I don't think I was exactly, yeah, I don't think I expressed myself because I was driving or whatever. So what I mean is that I've studied Black's Law Dictionary, you have it, a lot of other people have it. We've seen all the Dean Clifford videos, we've seen all those videos, but what I've come to realize is that those people who enslave us through the court system and through all this other nonsense are the same people who created the fictional system of Black's Law Dictionary and that type of language. So what I mean by language, it's not that, oh, I called you a person and you're not a person, you're a soul. I'm not meaning change those words around by using those words. There's a sequence of events or a series in how you use the words and how they deceive you through using the type of language that they use. Now, we all know of legalese, and we all know of that type of language here on, let's say, this plane, on this playing level that we're all on right now. But if I took the paperwork that you have, I can take it to a place and have the letters that you've written on the paper, and I can have it syntaxed, which means it would be in what's called adverb-verb, which means it's a fictional statement. It's not a fact. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to come to this factual world to where I'm a living person, you're a living woman, and we have a desire to be free on this planet that God or whoever has given us without having to suffer the consequences of other people's greed and lusts and desires. Right? We following, we're tracking. So this is kind of what we want. And I'm so passionate about your work, and I love everything that you've done. It's amazing. But I want to go further because in my experience, I've had to go further as well. I've got a license plate that said not for sale, not for hire. That didn't work. I got, there's still tickets coming up, and court is still, I'm still having the battles with court. I used all of the Dean Clifford words when I was in court. Even as far as suspending a judge, and that didn't go over well. I was almost held in contempt and jailed for 30 days and given a $50,000 bond. It was insane. So there's a lot of things here we have to understand. If the fiction people are giving you the fiction documents to claim your sovereignty, to claim your right, what makes me or us, what makes the people think that because the fiction system is the one you're going to create your freedom, why would the fiction system give you something that's fact? You can't have fiction and fact together, right? So the fiction system, I think, is also playing us. If we notice, Dean Clifford also spent a lot of time in jail. I love that guy too. I love his work. I followed him because we're all digging, right? We see that there's something wrong, and we're seeking, and we're trying to go further with it, and we're constantly trying to educate ourselves and take our power back. And I see that's what's going on, but I want to go further. I want to know, and please, love, don't think I'm challenging you. I'm not. What I want to know is I want to know if your system is correct. And what I mean by that, I want to mean if it's given to you by the fiction pirates, does it make it fact? So an example David Wynn Miller has on his site, on one of his videos, is that if I tell you and bet everyone listening to this video, does 2 + 2 = 4? 99.9% is going to say, yeah, 2 + 2 = 4. Give me your money, right? I lost the bet. Well, then I go and I write down on a piece of paper, TO + TOO. Well, I just got you. I fooled you. Now you owe me money, and now I can take from you. How? Well, I said the words to. However, on paper, which is where the continuance of evidence resides, is on the paper. The courthouse, we know, is on the paper, not on a building called the courthouse, right? We all know that the judge is on a different playing field than the jury. We all know that a 12-man jury is what is supposed to happen, but it's not. It's 2 petite juries of 6. So now we have this fiction system playing us against each other. And so what happens is we come to this free man group, the free man theory. We claim our sovereignty, claim our rights, but then look what happened to the mountain man in Montana. He also got jailed. So we gotta find a different way to do it. Not a different, I'm saying, please, if your system is working, run with it and go with it, go with it, go with it, go with it. But what I'm saying is that in my experience, that system that we're using, because I've done it too, the system that we're using is coming back to bite us in the ass. And what I mean by that is that since we're using their system, they can then trap us for copyright infringement on using adverb verb, not our name. Not our name, not our certain words or anything like that, but by using their own system against them that we did not create, they created it, so then they could use that against us, right? I'm just asking questions. I just want to know. So what I want to know is that maybe me, you, David Wynn Miller, I have his number and email. I want to get together with you, Monty, David Wynn Miller, even Dean Clifford. Fuck it. I even talked to Santos Bonacci before. Maybe we could get Santos back on the line and talk about some stuff on how to, because I know Santos and Dean Clifford are both into the same free man theory, but what I want to know is the same system that's a fiction system. So if it's a fictional system, you can't have a fact. And me and you, we're facts. So I just want everybody in love to drive and drive and drive with this. Take your passion, take your heart, take your knowledge. Let's not get corrupted by rewards, because we always get rewards, but you don't want to get tripped up on that. Let's take a look at the notaries. Let's take a look at the judges. Let's take a look at all of these things. Let's get David Wynn Miller and his system on the phone, and let's get Dean Clifford or Santos and that system on the phone, and let's have a 2-hour Google Plus chat or Google Skype or whatever on how it's working 100%. How can a human being be free from the system overall? And what do we have to do once we're free? How do I, let's talk about that stuff. How do I pay for the schools, or how do I have schools? How do I have public roads? How do I have this? How do I have that? So then we got to talk about corporate law, that type of fiction, and is it fiction, is it fact? So this is kind of where I want to go with that. I want to go further. I think you do too. I really appreciate all your time, all your videos. Just be in your heart, be in love, and I think everything is going to go forward peacefully and greatly. So thank you, love you. Have a great day.